Bitcoin and Cardano continue their dips, both seeing much needed consolidation to the downside. The question, will support hold or is capitulation next? What's up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for watching the video. I appreciate you. Let me move this up a little bit. Let's jump into the video. Let's start with Bitcoin. Let's pivot to Cardano. Right now, the move is normal. Right now, we've been waiting for this move for, I would say, almost weeks, and we're going to show exactly why that is. We're going to talk about why it's normal, and these red days, none of us like them. And I just tweeted a little bit ago, if you want the green days, you have to live with those red days. If you want these bullish reversals, there's going to be not only red days, but red weeks to the downside. But we're at critical areas now, and we really need to start talking about the areas that we're at. Here's Bitcoin on the daily chart. And again, if you just look at the daily chart, it really is nothing new, right? This move right here is nothing new. We have these red moves to the downside all of the time, even in uptrends, right? So let's first remember that. But let's talk about the actual move that's happening. Let's visit a video clip from March 27, 2022 with these moving averages, the 20, the 50-day moving averages. And then we also have the 786 down here at 39,600. So Bitcoin could very much revisit that entire area before continuing to the upside. So this was March 27th, right? This was almost a couple weeks ago. And we have visited the area. And the reason why we anticipate that area is, first off, on the daily chart, we had this 200-day moving average resistance that Bitcoin was seeing. But if you just zoom out, especially when we're trying to get the reversals out of lows like this, we always see these higher lows in effect, right? We always see them happen. So we are analyzing these areas to the downside, the 20-day moving average, the 50-day moving average, which was confluent with the Fibonacci, where Bitcoin is right now. And this is kind of where things are getting a little critical, right? That's last consolidation swing low area down here to the swing high resistance. Here is the 618, right around 41,600 to the 786, around $39,700, $800. So Bitcoin in that Fibonacci support area right now, it's a higher low support area. If Bitcoin is breaking the moving averages to the downside, this Fibonacci, we kind of call it like that fail-safe area for Bitcoin. Now, if we go to the 6 hour, we start getting a better glimpse of, well, where does that coincide with everything else going on? And here's what we're looking at. We have a nice picture, a nice snapshot of the higher lows for the potential bullish reversal that's in play right now for Bitcoin. So this Fibonacci that we just looked at, that support area, kind of is confluent with the lower trend line that Bitcoin has kind of been seeing since its swing low in January, right? So swing low to a swing high, to a swing low, to a swing high, swing low, swing high, down to the swing low. Now, Bitcoin breaking this upper trend line, revisiting into this pattern is normal as well. I think over 60% of the time, based on Bulkowski's data on the patternsite.com, we see this in ascending triangles. So here's Bitcoin right now putting in a higher low, but we need to see Bitcoin see some support. So the 786 down here, right, pretty confluent with the lower trend line. And just take note also, we had a similar area back here happen, and Bitcoin actually fell below the Fibonacci for a brief moment. So if we look at this, swing low to swing high, Bitcoin tested that lower trend line, but actually fell below the 786 for 1 or 2 6-hour candles before getting that move to the upside. So a short-term shakeout event like that, be careful of. It could bring Bitcoin down to 39,000s, if not the 38,000s. Outside of here, in my opinion, we don't want to see Bitcoin go any lower than that before finally getting a reversal. And if you look at here on the 6-hour chart, we are down. We are consolidated. That is for sure in terms of momentum, in terms of the slower moving momentum oscillator, the RSI right here. And then if we go to the weekly chart, just want to note this. Look how low the volume is. The volume is just extraordinarily low. And if you zoom out on the chart, if you can see this, Bitcoin is just like resting. Even though price is quite volatile, things are very up in the air. The bulls can come out of nowhere, and we could very much see an explosive move to the upside, shocking the bears very quickly. So just be mindful of that. as Bitcoin consolidates. The other thing is on the RSI, which we've tracked, just kind of revisiting this green area, this green line that we've identified as this bullish versus bearish area. So if Bitcoin gets a bounce here on the weekly to the upside, this could be the start of something tremendous, but we have to wait, we have to see, and it all starts here on the 6-hour chart, and we know what we're watching in terms of support. The support is the Fibonacci 41,490, to be exact on the 6-hour, 39,700 or so to the downside, confluent with that lower trend line. Let's pivot to Cardano. Cardano telling a very similar story, just kind of a little bit more volatile, I guess you could say. So if we're looking at Cardano on the 6-hour chart, let's first note Cardano, and I'm not going to play a clip, but here's a video from April 6th, 5 days ago. We were discussing the breakout to the downside that happened on Cardano's own pattern, and we were discussing the move to the downside into that, I think, 95 to $1 range, right? 95 cent to $1 range, the target to the downside. And there are other things in play there as well. So if we go back to the 6-hour, there's the move. The pattern breakout to the downside happened. We anticipated that Cardano could be at these areas. But what else is going on here besides just that pattern breakout? Let's talk about this. Let's look at this. If we go over here to a daily chart, we start seeing. Well, first off, Cardano is also testing the 50-day moving average around 96 cents, 96 to 97 cents. And from all the way up here, we were looking for potential move back into these moving averages. So number one, that's normal. This whole move for Cardano, in my opinion, is normal. If you're looking for a longer-term bullish reversal from the swing low that happened here, putting in a higher low is important, and it's normal. So 50-day moving average currently around 96, 97 cents. Be interesting. There's still almost 10 hours left of the day today. Is there going to be more downside? Will this not even get close to happening? Or will Cardano close a daily candle above the 50-day moving average? This would be a great scenario, especially as it bounces off a potential 618 to 786 Fibonacci higher low retracement. And that Fibonacci is the 618 right around 96 cents, the 786 around 87 cents. So there's still more downside in play for Cardano. But just like Bitcoin, this fail-safe area for Cardano is normal, right, if it happens, but it's also just, it's in play, and it's important to watch this. Zooming out on all of this stuff, Bitcoin, Cardano, whatever we're watching, if these supports fail, right, and Cardano starts just plummeting even through support here and testing the previous low, is there kind of going to be this next capitulation to a new swing low, price discovery swing low, right? So what will that look like? We have to kind of start thinking about that. We don't want to see it, especially because if you've been watching Cardano, Cardano's been a rough ride, right, over the last 6 to 7 months. It really has. I like Cardano. You all know I'm extremely bullish on Cardano. The fact that it's more volatile to the downside, it kind of actually is an ingredient to why I'm so bullish on Cardano to the upside, because the same is true to the upside. Cardano just the same as it is bullish to or bearish to the downside is very bullish to the upside, if that makes sense. And what I mean is a bearish move is usually pretty aggressive. Well, a bullish move for Cardano is pretty aggressive as well. So there's a lot of upside in play as well. It's a roller coaster ride, and it's a rough ride. So this is the story we don't want to see continue, lower highs on the daily chart. And we've been just tracking the story. The good thing that's still in play is, hey, we got this 20-day moving average cross above the 50-day. That happened. That's a huge sign of bullish reversal. It's kind of a first step sign of bullish reversal. But even in this story of the 20-day moving average crossing the 50-day, it's not a guarantee. We have to put in these higher lows, and Cardano really has to prove these higher low support areas before continuing to the upside. It would be a very normal looking story if it plays out like this. But again, we have to watch the support areas as they happen. We're finally there, right? We knew these areas could come. We've been watching them, waiting for them. We're finally there, and we have to just continue waiting for them. Going over to the weekly, I just want to note some things. The Vassal hard fork coming up in play this summer, so keep an eye out on that. And then the other thing is, look how indecisive things are. We got this MACD crossing the signal line not long ago, the end of March, and Cardano already looking like it's stalling a little bit, but that doesn't have to be the end of the story right there. But again, with low volume across the board, it's really up in the air. We don't have a very clear sign. This could be right now, this could be weak-handed longs just kind of selling, right? And that's what's lending itself to the short-term dip. This could be this dip could very well be just this last little shakeout, putting in a higher low for Cardano before continuation to the upside. But time will tell. We have to continue monitoring it. None of this is financial advice, everybody. I'm not here to predict because I am just like you. I do not know. And there we go. Look at this. Let me decline the call. I do not know. And for all of you, I don't edit my video, so that's going to be in the video. So, and I don't even remember what I was saying. So anyway, that's the end of the video, everybody. Hit the subscribe, hit the like. Let me know your thoughts about Bitcoin. Let me know your thoughts about Cardano. Are you holding? Are you cool? Are you chilling? Right now, I'm hanging out. I'm waiting to see what happens at these support areas for Bitcoin, for Cardano. But time will tell, and we have to monitor it very closely. Let's see what happens. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.